Welcome you all for the course Management Accounting. The topic which we are going to see is the cash budget and master budget. Actually, you might have seen the classifications of budget and how to prepare and present the budget in the earlier topics. This is the most important topic in which we are going to see the cash budget and master budget for the preparation and presentation purpose. What is actually the cash budget? Cash budget is referred to as a budget or plan of expected cash receipts and disbursements during the period. These cash inflows and outflows include revenues collected, expenses paid, and loans receipts and payments. All the receipts and payments are taken into account, estimated, and prepared using a technique called a cash budget technique. In other words, a cash budget is an estimated projection of the company's cash position in the near future. Every company wants to know what would be the cash availability and liquid cash feasibility. For this purpose, every company or organization prepares an estimate called a cash budget using all the estimated receipts as well as the payments. What does the cash budget mean? Management usually develops the cash budget after the sales, purchases, and capital expenditures budgets are all already made. These budgets need to be made before the cash budget in order to accurately estimate how the cash will be affected during the period, or how the cash will have to be collected as well as dispersed particular period. For example, the management needs to know a sales estimate before it can predict how much cash will be collected during the period. Management uses the cash budget to manage the cash flows of a company. Of course, you have known pretty well all the companies are struggling in the cash receipts and payments always. But there are so many methods for the acceleration of cash flows as well as the payments. In other words, the management must make sure the company has enough cash to pay its bills when they come due. For instance, payroll must be paid every 2 weeks and utilities must be paid every month. The cash budget allows management to predict the shortfalls in the company's cash balance as well as the correctness of the problems before the payments are due. Likewise, the cash budget allows the management to forecast large amounts of cash also. Having large amounts of cash sitting idle in bank accounts is not ideal for companies. If, suppose, the company has the idle cash, the idle cash should be used for the purpose of investments or any kind of the activities in long term. At the very least, this money should be invested to earn a reasonable amount of interest also. In most cases, the excess cash is better used to expansion activity and develop the new operations than sit idle in company accounts. If any cash is found to be idle, it will be invested either in securities or in other investments of long-term operations, which will fetch an amount of interest or benefit in due course. The cash budget allows the management to predict cash levels and adjust them as needed. Let us see an example for cash budget. This is an example for the cash budget, how to prepare and present. The information is given for 5 months from April to August. From the following data, prepare cash budget for the 3 months commencing 1st June 1996. That does mean June to August, the budget is to be prepared. When the bank balance was rupees 1 lakh, the sales were given for 5 months, purchases were given for 5 months, wages, production expenses, and administrative expenses were given. There is 2 months credit period allowed to customers and received from suppliers. Wages, production expenses, and administration expenses are payable in the following months. So you need to take a note that credit period allowed to customers, so they will pay or repay for the goods sold to them in 2 months, and received from suppliers from whom we have taken supply are called suppliers, and from them what we have purchased for which we will pay 2 months later. And all expenses are given 1 month time for repayment. So that we have to take these notes. Based on this, we need to prepare the cash budget. Let us see the answer now. The cash budget from June to August 1996. Opening balance is given as 1 lakh rupees at the beginning of June is taken now. Then receipts are collection from debtors. These collection from debtors are for the goods sold to them from April to August. Once you sold in April, will be collected as per the note 2 months in June, and sold in May will be collected in July, and sold in June will be collected in August. This is as per 2 months time, right? Then refer to payments. All payments are given here. Paid to creditors for the supply of goods what we have taken or what we have purchased from them, and it is also 2 months time in which we have to repay. For the purchase made in April, the payment will be in June. For the purchase made in May, the payment will be in July. For the purchases made in June, the payment will be in August. And expenses are all given 1 month time for repayment. Wages of April will be paid in May, but May is not in our accounting presentation, so that we have to take May's wages which will be paid in June, June wages in July, July wages in August. Then come for production expenses. It is also given 1 month time for repayment, and production expenses are paid from May in June, June in July, July in August. Likewise, the administration expenses are also paid in 1 month delay, so that the administration expenses of May will be paid in June, June expenses will be in July, July expenses will be in August. Take all the payments now, total up 114,400, 125,900, 139 are the closing balances. These are total like, see here, first month is totaled 1 lakh plus 80,000, 1 lakh 80,000 total receipt. Payment 41 plus 5, 46, 50, 64, 64, 600. 41 plus 14, 55, 55, 59, 64, 600. So 64, 600 versus 180, 115, 400 is the balance of June estimated to be as closing balance, which become opening balance for July. And total up 115, 400, 76, 500 receipts estimated in July. So opening balance estimated and the receipts estimated total become 191, 900. Now total up the payments estimated to be paid in July, 40,500, 40,500, 45,500, 45,900, 46, 46, 51 and 66. Total payments estimated 66. 191,900 minus 66, 125,900. 125,900 is the closing balance estimated to be in July, which become opening balance for August. And add the receipts estimated in August, 78,500 with opening balance of 125,900, 125,900, 78,500, 204,400. Now total up the payments estimated to be made in August, 38,500, 38, 42, 47, 64, 64 900 and 65 400. The balance is 204 minus 65, 400 minus 400, 139. So understand, the method of approach is that every month balance, all estimates of receipts and payments are to be put together for the months what you need to prepare, and take the opening balance, add receipts, deduct the payments, the closing balance will be arrived. And every month the closing balance will become the opening balance of the subsequent month, and take all receipts and payments again and find out the closing balance, and so on. This will be the basic example for the cash budget. But sometimes there will be comprehensive illustration stating all items of expenses and the receipts with different times of payment and receipt. We will see the comprehensive illustration in the next question. Prepare a cash budget for the month of May, June and July 2016 on the basis of the following information. May, June and July 2016. 1. Income and expenditure forecast. What does income and expenditure forecast say? March, April, May, June, July and August, all 6 months are given. The credit sales estimated to be 60,000, 62,000, 64, 58, 56 and 60. And credit purchases 36,000, 38,000, 33,000, 35,000, 39,000 and 34,000. Wages 9,000 estimated to be paid in March, 8,000 in April, 10,000 in May, 8,500 in June, 9,500 in July, 8,000 in August. And all other expenses are like manufacturing expenses, office expenses, selling expenses of all the months were given. With this, we need some information to put up all those items in the appropriate place of receipts and payments in cash budget. Let's see one by one. The cash balance estimated to be on 1st May 2016, 8,000. Planned costing rupees 16,000 is due for delivery in July, payable 10% on delivery and the balance after 3 months. Advance tax of rupees 8,000 each is payable in March and June. Period of credit allowed by suppliers 2 months, to customers 1 month. So that for the purchases 2 months delay to be followed. So 1 or first month purchases will be paid in 3rd month. And for the sales, the customers will repay in 1 month. For the first month sales, customers will repay in 2nd month. This is what the theme of this period of credit. This is for purchases and sales. And lag in payment of manufacturing expenses half month. So once you estimate to spend the manufacturing expenses, which will be paid in half month's delay, that means 15 days delay. So what does it mean? First month expenses, 15 days will be paid in the same month and the rest of 15 days will be paid in the subsequent month. This is what an idea of lag in payment of manufacturing expense. And lag in payment of office and selling expenses 1 month at a time. Suppose the first month expenses met out for office and selling items, you will have to pay such expense after a month. So first month expenses will be met out in 2nd month. This like you have to estimate the cash budget comprehensively for this question. And particularly, the budget is to be prepared for May, June and July. So May beginning balance is given here, and plant costing 16,000 is due for delivery in July. So plant payment payable 10% on delivery. So delivery is going to be received in July, for which we need to pay 10%. 10% of 16,000, 1,600 is to be paid in July. So payment is to be estimated in July. And advance tax of 8,000 each is payable in March and June. March will not be in the cash budget of our present budget period. So June payment of 8,000 will have to be taken in June as estimated payment. So with this, we go for the cash budget. Let's see the answer now. Before that, we need to answer the notes. What are they? See here. Note 1 is opening balance for June has been written. Opening balance for June has been written after finding closing balance for May and for July, after finding the closing balance of June, after finding the closing balance of June. And second notice that period of credit allowed to customers is 1 month, so that the amount of credit sales in April shall be collected in May and so on. So period of credit allowed to customers is 1 month. So take April, in May and so on. And third, period of credit allowed by suppliers is 2 months. So April or March, you take March first. March will be paid in May and so on. And expenses will have to be calculated of month 1 and others 1 month. So expenses half month you have to calculate. How? Half month, one kind of expense half month. Suppose if you take March expense, in March half and in April half, that like you have to calculate. And all other expenses 1 month, so that it will be paid in the following month. Example, March in April, that like. Right? Let's see the main answer now. This is the column for cash budget, in which we are going to present the cash receipts estimates and all. Cash budget from the period of May 2016 to May, June and July, 3 months. Take the columns heading like particulars, May, June, and July. Take the opening balance first. Opening balance estimated to be 8,000. Add receipts. First receipts are estimated cash receipts from debtors for the sales. So first 62,000 sold in April will be collected in May, and 64,000 in May will be collected in June, and 58,000 June sales will be collected in July. Now come for payments. All other items are payments, so less payments. First pay to the suppliers who are creditors now, and what do you need to pay? April purchases of 36,000 will be paid in May or June. Just think over it. Suppliers given 2 months. Suppliers have given us 2 months. So March payment of purchases, April and May, it will be paid in May, 36,000. And April in June, 38,000. And May in July, 33,000. Then expenses. First take wages. Wages are given 1 month time, so 10,000, 8,500 and 9,500. Manufacturing expenses. Manufacturing expenses, how much? Half month delay. So by calculation, it is 1,000, 3,750, 4,000 and 3,750. All other expenses, office expense. Take office expenses, 1,500, 2,500 and 2,000. And selling expenses, selling expenses 5,000, 4,500 and 3,500. Then the plant payment. Plant supposed to be delivered in July, for which 10% is to be paid of 16,000. So plant purchases for which 10% of 16,000 to be paid in July. So 1,600 here. And advance tax of 8,000 to be paid. Advance tax 8,000 to be paid in March and June each. March is not covered in our budget now. So June is covered. So June estimated to be paid of advance tax 8,000. So we have taken now all the items. So go for a total. Here, total receipts. Put it as A. So 70,000 in first month. And total payments. Put it as B. Name it as B. 36, 10, 3,750, 1,500 and 5,000, 56,250. And the closing balance of cash estimated to be, which is the difference between A and B. So 70, 56, 250, 13,750. This is the closing balance, which become opening balance for the next month 13,750. Total up now 13 plus 64. What is the total? 77,750. And total up the payments of that particular month 65,500. Difference 77 and 65, 12,000, and 750, 500, 250. 12,250 is the closing balance estimated to be in June, which become opening balance for July. 12,250. Total up now. The total receipt is 70,250. Now the payments estimated in July are totaled with 53,500. So difference between 70,250 and 53,500. What is that? $70,250 and 53,500. What is the balance? Balance estimated to be 250. $16,750. So these are all the closing balances. These are all the closing balances. These are all the closing balances estimated to be. Even otherwise, you just try. There is a small amount of change. See here, the total is 33, 42, 47, 50, 51, 5200, 52,850, 53,350. I think 53,350. So 53,350. What is this? 70,250 minus 53,350. So 16,900 is the closing balance. 16,900. This closing balance is estimated in May, this closing balance in June, this closing balance in July. Right? So May opening balance estimated to be 8,000. With 8,000, you have to start 3 months budget, and all receipts are taken here. All receipts are taken here, and all payments are taken here. And the difference between the estimated receipts and estimated payments along with the opening balance estimated in the first month is the closing balance of every month, which will become opening balance for the next month. So with this, we would have understood what is cash budget and how is it prepared, how is it presented. Hope you would have understood. Let's continue. See here, master budget. It is the second target of this session, that we have seen cash budget already and master budget now. What is master budget actually? Master budget is the whole of the time budget of the organization, which depicts all expenses and all the revenues matched so as to know what amount of profit to be estimated. And it is prepared with the help of all other budgets which have been prepared. And all the budget informations are put together in the appropriate places of the income or revenue as well as expenditure or expense. And a budget is prepared to know the profit or loss which is going to be earned or suffered respectively in a period, for which we have to see what is master budget first. It is an operating budget and financial budget combination. It is a comprehensive financial planning document. It usually includes all of the lower level budgets within the operating budget and the financial budget. The operating budget shows the income generating activities of the firm, including revenues and expenses. So we need to take all income generating activities of the firm and also the revenues and expenses, and both of them are put together. The budget will be prepared so that the result is a budgeted income statement. Like, we'll go. What does master budget mean? Actually, the master budget is basically management's strategic plan for the future of the company. Every aspect of the company operations is charted and documented for future predictions. Master budget has a folder that includes all of the other budgets, that includes sales budget, merchandise purchases budget, production budget, manufacturing budget, selling budget or sales budget, general and administrative expense budget, capital budgets for the long-term plan, what we have had for the futuristic point of the business, and in long-term expenses, what we have planned, that will be predicted in capital budget. Then cash budget, what is the estimate of cash, as we saw in the previous. Budgeted financial statements, all of them are put together into one called master budget now, so that the master budget includes every component of all lower level budget. The master budget is used by the company management and the officers to make strategic big picture decisions. Strategic big picture regard to the financial operation, about a long-term strategy as well as current year forecasting. See, this master budget focuses the managerial decisions for the long term as well as the current operations. Let us have an example. A good example of long-term planning is a merger or acquisition of another company. Management must look at what the company can gain by purchasing another company and what resources would be redundant. For instance, every company has a group of employees in charge of the administrative duties within the company. So every company will have the group of employees who are all in charge of so many administrative places, and all their duties will be taken together here. If a company was purchased, there would no need to keep two sets of administrative staff. The management of the acquiring company would have to make a decision who should be let to go. Management can also use the master budget for expansion planning. For instance, a machine shop should consider current cash flows, current loan rates, current debt limits, and future expected sales before management plans a large expansion. In those cases, all the things are considered and will be put together for the preparation of a master budget. The master budget that includes detailed budgets with all of this information. The said current cash flows, current loan rates, current debt limits, and future expected sales, which will help for the larger expansion plan, so that they are taken into consideration and put up in the appropriate place of the master budget. Let us see an example for the master budget now. This is an example question. A glass manufacturing company that requires you to calculate and present the budget for the next year from the following information. See here, sales estimated for a toughened glass. Being it is a glass manufacturing company, toughened glass is a type of glass which is estimated to be sold in the next year for 3 lakhs. Bent toughened glass, some glasses will be bent the shape, which will be sold estimated to be 5 lakhs. And the direct material cost is 60% of sales. Direct wages, 20 workers at the rate of rupees 150 per month So 20 into 150, 15 into 2, 30 with the 2 zeros, 3,000 per month for wages to be spent estimated. Material cost is 60% of sales, of course. These are all the expenses. First two are the receipts. That means the revenue. Factory overheads are estimated in the following lines. Indirect labor first. Works manager rupees 500 per month. Indirect labor, works manager will be paid 500 per month. Foreman rupees 400 per month. Foreman will be paid 400 per month. So take 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs are the sales revenue to be achieved. 60% of sales, 60% of the total sales will be the material cost expense. Direct wages 3,000 per month. Indirect labor, works manager 500 per month, and foreman 400 per month. So keep it in mind. Let's go to the next page. Stores and spares expenses 2.5% on sales. Depreciation on machinery 12,600 rupees. So depreciation on machinery is estimated to be 12,600. Light and power 5,000. Repairs and maintenance charges estimated to be 8,000. Other sundries 10% on direct wages. Administration, selling and distribution expenses 14,000 per year. So all these are to be taken together to prepare a master budget. Let's go for a master budget now. Answer? Okay. See here, this is the column which we have prepared for master budget now. Head it as master budget of the next year. Master budget for the period ending. For the period ending. Right. Take here the particulars and amount. Here particulars. Inner column amount. For taking sub-components, we are going to make use of the inner column. First of all, take the sales as estimated. Sales as estimated. Toughened glass. Toughened glass. Bent toughened glass. Both of them are 8 lakhs now. 3 lakhs and 5 lakhs. So put them together. 8 lakhs. Total of the revenue. Then less cost of production as estimated. Cost of production as estimated. Take them one by one. First cost of production is direct materials. Direct materials. What was the direct material? 60% of the sales. So what is 60% of sales? 8 lakhs in which 60%? So 4,80,000. If you need, you put up like this, 8 lakhs into 60%, 60 by 100. Then direct wages. Direct wages. How much the direct wages? Direct wages 20 workers into 150 per month. So per month 3,000. For 12 months it becomes 36,000. So understand, Total of direct expenses 5,16,000. Total direct expenses or total direct charges. Total direct expenses or total direct charges 5,16,000. We go for factory overheads now. Continue in the next page. Factory overheads. Listen to it carefully. Factory overheads. There are different kinds of expenses. One is variable. The stores and spares are variable. 2.5% on sales. 2.5% of sales, 8 lakhs. So what much? 2.5% is 10% is 80,000. So 1/4 of 80,000, 20,000. Light and power. Light and power as given 5,000. Repairs and maintenance. Repairs and maintenance as given 8,000. So go for fixed expenses, fixed factory overheads, works manager salary, per month 500. So 12 months for which 6,000. And foreman salary, 400 per month for 12 months. So 4,800. Then other fixed items of expenses, depreciation fixed as 12,600 on machineries. Then sundry expenses estimated to be 3,600. Now total up, there is 5,16,000 the expenses here. From the previous page I have taken here. 8 lakhs is the sales estimated to be. Now total up the expenses. Total expenses called works cost. Works cost. As we don't have anything about the other expenses, we need to finish with works cost. Otherwise, we have to go subsequently to search for other expenses. First of all, total of these items. What much? 516, 536, 541, 549, 555, 559, 571, 575. Take all the items. So what is the works cost? 20, 25, 33, 39, 39 plus 4, 43, 43, 45, 55, 58. So 574, 58, 600, 58, 600, 59, 200 and 60,000, all these expenses put together. These are 60,000, 60 plus 516, 576. So put it here to differentiate. The amount of gross profit is 2,24,000. This is gross profit. So actually the gross profit is calculated using the amounts of sales and cost of goods sold, right? These are all cost of goods sold. These are assumed to be cost of goods sold, and we have taken all the cost of goods sold and differentiated with the amount of sales 8 lakhs. We got gross profit 224, and again less the administration, selling and distribution expenses as given. They are given as 14,000. So difference is, what is the difference? 2,24,000 minus 14, 2,10,000 is the amount of net profit estimated. Is the amount of net profit estimated. So what we have done here, we have taken the sales first, just for a recap I am saying, and on one side we have taken the expenses now, expenses in which direct expenses along with the factory expenses, we got the works cost, and the two factory expenses are classified into two, fixed and variable, and all the items of expenses are taken here. The works cost is taken now, and sales minus works cost we have taken here as gross profit, the difference. Understand? And such a gross profit is deducted with the administration and other expense. So we get net profit. This net profit is estimated to be the profit from the operation in the next year from the sales of toughened glass of 3 lakhs and bent toughened glass of 5 lakhs. So total sales estimated to be 8 lakhs and total cost, all other costs, all costs put together 576 and 14. So 590. See here, 8 lakhs sales minus 590, all cost put together here 590. So what is the difference? 2,10,000 net profit. This net profit is an estimated profit found out using the master budget technique that includes all functional budget information. So with all functional budget information, we have prepared this. How? Take materials, material purchase budget, labor expense budget, and all fixed and variable budget are taken from flexible budget, what you have studied. And administration, selling and distribution expenses are taken from the flexible and fixed budget of expenses. And we have taken everything from all the functional budgets, as like I said, and differentiated with the sales. We found out now the net profit. This is what the method, basic method to find out the estimated profit to be earned in the subsequent years in terms of a master budget. So recap again, the master budget is a summary of the budget. It's a final budget and schedules in capsule form that made for the purpose of presenting in one report the highlights of the budget forecast. So hope you would have understood how to prepare and present the master budget, and try to prepare all those budgets what you have studied so far for appearing for your examination. Wish you all the best and take care.